What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, my name is Stuart. In this video, we're going to be talking about a token called Chiliz. Now, this is something that brings sport and blockchain together. If this is something that interests you, stay tuned. For those of you who are new, aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit that bell notification so you know when we go live, and comment down below on your favorite sports team, a team that might not necessarily be part of the Chiliz ecosystem yet and something that you want to see. I do think that Chiliz has some serious potential, especially with the FIFA World Cup just around the corner, 2 months away. We've got some national teams that are already loaded on the ecosystem, a few more potentially to come. So if that you think this is a way for you to get involved just beyond watching the World Cup yourself, again, stay tuned. What is Chiliz? Chiliz itself is a token that at the moment is only really, its use case is used to exchange itself for fan tokens. The Chiliz ecosystem have created what we call Socius, the Socius network or platform. Socius.com is actually an app that you can download on your phone, which makes Chiliz and interacting with your sports teams a lot more accessible than the normal crypto asset world does, where you have to use your web browser and so on, where you can use your phone and you can interact with your favorite sports team. Taking a look at some of the tokens that are currently being offered and the ones that are coming up, we can have a look here at on Socius on the fan tokens portion, and these are the FTOs that are currently being offered. So these are fan token offerings. These are very similar to what you would see with an ICO or an initial coin offering for any other cryptocurrency, except these are the amount of tokens that will be offered out to fans initially, and then the rest of the supply will be issued at certain times during the contract phase that these clubs would have with Chiliz and with Socius. For example, there are clubs that have an 8-year contract and they offer about 2.5 million per year after the initial offering at a set price, and then obviously that price goes up and down depending on who's trading and so on. If we have a look, you can see Leicester Tigers, a fairly well-known rugby team in the UK, Sevilla, a football team in Spain, we've got Harlequins, also a rugby team, Benfica, another football team as well, Crystal Palace in the UK, one of the teams that play in the Premier League, the Italian national football team. Like I said, with the World Cup coming up, these are the ones that we need to be looking out for. And if we have a look at some of the other offerings, we've got the Aston Martin Formula One team, Barcelona, one of the biggest football clubs in the world, the Argentinian football team, we've got PSG, Sauber, so there's Formula One again, Napoli football. So you can see their main focus at the moment is football, rugby, and Formula One, although they are looking to grow into the American market and trying to break through into things like the UFC and the NFL, where there's big fan engagement and something that could really send Chiliz off to the next level. They are planning to do things with the fan tokens with UFC, for example, where you'll actually be able to exchange your tokens for tickets, which is a real use case and something that you do want to see, because that's just going to push the price upwards. Having a look at some of the teams that they have partnered with, for example, if we look at Barcelona, an interesting one here, Barcelona were in a bit of a financial crisis and they sold their TV rights off to various buyers. One of those buyers was Chiliz. Now, Chiliz are able to actually advertise on Barcelona TV the product that they offer. So not only will people come along and buy Barcelona fan tokens, you might never know, they might also be fans of Argentina, they might be an Argentinian and they want to then buy Argentina fan tokens or whatever the case is. So it just gives them that credibility that we're looking for whenever we have a look at any of these coins. Another one here, Lionel Messi, he's one of the biggest footballers in the world and possibly one of the best to have ever played. He is currently a player for PSG. Part of his contract, he actually gets paid from the Socius app itself. So again, we can see real use case, real sports stars promoting the product. So again, we really want to see that, something that's really cool. Having a look at the actual rewards themselves, now this is the plan. And this is something where I'm a little bit disappointed, because currently what we are seeing are things like the design on a bus, what the change room decorations look like, the warm-up music. There have been some pretty interesting ones where there was a team They were in a 4th division where they actually allowed fans to vote on the starting lineup and the actual play, the formation that the players would play in, and the team actually landed up winning 6-0. So there is that possibility where if you own these fan tokens, you can have that voting power. The smart contracts that run these are the ERC20 tokens themselves, and so it makes it secure and immutable. Some of the other plans for the tokens do include VIPs, meet and greets. There are certain events that you can be invited to. You'll even be able to vote on the design of the kit, so on. So the plans are there, but it's also up to the teams to decide when to actually allow this from the fans. So it's going to be not only from Socios and Chiliz, but also the teams have to give the fans that sort of power. So we're hoping to see more use cases and so on in the future, because that is going to give Chiliz an even bigger price point, which from a crypto perspective, that's what we want to see. But from a fan perspective at the moment, it's a little bit disappointing. You can actually have a look here as well to see how much your fan tokens will cost you. Barcelona, we're sitting at about $4.38, PSG, $6. You can go down most of these here, this website, Fan Token Rank. I will put a link in the description so you can go and have a look at yourself. Most of these will be linked to the Chiliz ecosystem itself. Now, Chiliz doesn't only offer fan tokens. There are 4 main tokens on the Chiliz ecosystem. The first one is the fan tokens, which we have spoken about. And you do see that there is some serious money coming into it. For example, AC Milan is another football team in Italy, raised about $6 million in 30 minutes from their FTO. So we do see some serious engagement from fans. The other one is obviously being the Chiliz token itself. At the moment, its only real use is to trade it on centralized exchanges and to exchange it for these various fan tokens over here. The third one, which is actually something I thought was very cool, is called the locker room. If your team is not yet does not yet have a fan token on the Socios network, Socios will open up a locker. These lockers will be open for 120 days, and fans can go and deposit their Chiliz token into these lockers to vote and say, hey, the football team that I really support, I want to see them here. For example, we can have a look at a Manchester United. Manchester United isn't yet on the Socios fan token page. Fans might want to see it there, so they're going to say, hey, Manchester United, I want you to come. So we're going to deposit our Chiliz into the locker. For 120 days, this will be open, and it'll give the football teams an opportunity to see if there is really a market for this. If this depositing is actually successful and the team decides to go through with an actual fan token, everybody who deposited their coins will get 1-to-1 ratio fan token to the Chiliz that they deposited, plus a 10% bonus in Chiliz back. This is something that I think is really cool because it offers a sort of staking option, but there's a reward behind it, and you can still see some serious gains if the tokens do go live and they go a lot higher than what people might think they were after the offering. If it's not successful, people get their Chiliz back and you can go and trade them as you would any other way. The last token that we see on the Chiliz ecosystem are ERC1155 NFTs. Now, these aren't just your normal NFTs that you see from sports teams where your favorite player scores a goal or a try or your favorite moment from a match or whatever it is that you're watching, and you can turn that into an NFT and you've got that piece of history forever. These NFTs offer real utility, and you'll be able to use it for things like box tickets, meet and greet with players, and so on. So they give real utility and something that will encourage people to hold on to them, but also increase the value of these NFTs as the years go on. You know, you might say you've held this NFT for 10 years, you're going to become a season ticket holder, whatever the case is. It's actually up to the teams to decide how important these NFTs become. So it's really some serious engagement between teams and fans that we haven't seen before, and it's just another use case from blockchain. So I'm really excited to see where this can go in the future. Taking a look at the Chiliz exchange, we can have a look and see this is exactly how you would exchange your Chiliz for your favorite fan token. So we've got the listing here, the 24-hour amount. These are some of the more popular ones. We can have a look at biggest gainers, Aston Villa, and so on. Biggest losers, I suppose that would depend on how the teams are doing and how popular the teams are at the moment. So something like Argentina itself, not really playing at the moment, so you would expect that the fan token is going to drop. But with the World Cup coming up, this is just going to pick up in price and where people can possibly see some gains. Now, as we did mention before, Chiliz itself is Ethereum based. However, they are looking to move to become their own layer one. At the moment, they have a testnet live called Scoville, where they are busy testing certain functionalities, and we are hoping to see the mainnet actually going live towards Q4, which we are currently in, of 2022, especially with the World Cup around the corner. You would hope that they're going to be live before that 11th of December mark, so people can take big advantage of Chiliz itself and everything that Chiliz has to offer. So the vision of Chiliz themselves, they want to be scalable, to onboard fans at a high amount. Obviously, the markets they haven't tapped into, the NFL, there's large amounts of football teams that haven't joined on yet. NFL, baseball, you name it, that's not on there yet. They are trying to get at. And also remember, only a small amount of fans are actually blockchain savvy and on the blockchain itself. So when that adoption starts to pick up, they're going to want to be able to make sure that they can get people on there at scale. And it's one of the reasons why they're actually moving to their own network and their own layer one. A governance structure is also going to be there, and the governance structure is going to enable robust development curation while offering whitelisted developers the freedom to create centralized and decentralized platforms and products. Obviously, also there's going to be exposure to the adoption benefits of building within a framework already used by global sports and entertainment community at an organizational and fan level, as well as direct integrations with global digital asset exchanges. So that would be your centralized exchanges. Reasons to evolve. We have spoken a little bit about this. So they're going to create an open ecosystem which gives third-party developers the opportunity to build on top of their layer one. They're going to transition this token away from being just something that you exchange to a gas. It's going to be used for gas. It's going to have other utility behind it. You're going to be able to use Chiliz to pay for NFTs and not just the fan tokens that we do have available on Socius. And they're also going to be giving some sort of staking rewards and an opportunity to stake because they are moving to a proof of stake model. So it does say here as well, Socius was never meant as the sole product to sit on top of the blockchain, and the token was never meant to solely be a medium of exchange. So that's what we have been talking about, and that's why I do think that there is a future for this token, because they're trying to move beyond just a medium of exchange, but they want to give actual use cases and actual utility to the Chiliz token. Here they're calling for any developers from DeFi, NFT, metaverse, event ticketing, loyalty programs. They've got some really big plans for the coin itself. So watch the space, because I do think that we're going to see it grow from strength to strength. Having a look at their actual roadmap, we've got their phase one that's already been finished. Currently, we are sitting with their testnet. They've finished phase 3 here, which is the cross-chain bridge. Now moving to phase 4, which is the KN version. It's very clever that they've got their Scoville rating and then different types of Chiliz, obviously. So phase 4 we're possibly already in right now. Phase 5 and phase 6 to come, and then we've got mainnet. So there is a lot to get done in a very short space of time. So I don't know if they're going to hit this mainnet mark. The hope is that we do before the World Cup actually arrives, and then we will really see the price of Chiliz, in my opinion, go straight up. Taking a look at the tokenomics themselves, we can see Chiliz sitting at very close to 18 cents, way down from its all-time high here of 77 cents. We can see the reason why there was such a big spike over here was actually because there was a FIFA Club World Cup that took place. And just look what happened to the price of the coin during that World Cup. We have a national World Cup coming along. We have seen already that there are national team tokens loaded on. So I do expect something similar to happen. I don't understand, or I don't think it'll go as high as the 77 cent mark, probably around 30 to 40 cents for the Chiliz token. I could be wrong, but I do think that we're going to see a similar thing happen, and then a die down and a pullback. You can see how quickly it fell away as well. So a pullback fairly quickly on during the World Cup, or even halfway through, as your favorite team starts to pull out or they lose. So that interest then goes away. Having a look at the market cap itself, we're sitting at just over $1 billion. So if you're thinking about the win $1 possibility. $1 for this is possible. If this from here, this point here, maybe just over a 5x. So, $5 billion market cap. And also in a bull market, you never know, we might possibly even be able to hit $2, which is, you're sitting at about a $10 market cap, a $10 billion market cap. So not really impossible. Something that you could be looking at within the next 18 months. So if this is a coin that excites you, really think about it. But remember, do your own research. This isn't financial advice and just my personal opinion. Volume is really good, so there are a lot of people looking at this token. We are way down from where we were in this high point here. We were in the billions for volume, but again, we are in a bear market, so you would expect that. Having a look at them in the actual media, they have managed to grow their staff by 70% despite being in a crypto winter. So as we know, we have been in this bear market for almost a year now, but the Chiliz has managed to grow their staff by 70%. And their CEO has basically said that this is just because they are trying to meet the demands of all their customers and within all the various sports disciplines that they are trying to operate in. So it's something really exciting to see that a company that is building in the bear market are going to be the ones that win in a bull market. So keep your eyes out, and you can see this was a few days ago. We're recording this on the 19th. This was 2 days ago, and they are growing rapidly. So I'm really, really excited about that too. Having a look at their Twitter, this is something that I also like to inspect when I am investigating new coins. Very, very active in their social media. They've got some seriously well-known followers. So if we have a look here, these are followers that I also know. So KuCoin, CZ, obviously the CEO of Binance, one of the most followed crypto influencers in the world. Fabrizio Romano, he's a very well-respected sports journalist within Europe. And Dr. Disrespect, from the esports side of things, he's one of the biggest streamers in the world. So he would be following Chiliz because they are trying to break into the esports market as well. So they're trying to get involved with all different assets of sport, whether it's physical or esport. They're trying to get involved. So I can only see an upside for this coin. Having a look at how active they are, you can see that they are tweeting regularly, multiple times a day. And this is one that I spotted where they're saying when phase 4. So if we go back and have a look at their roadmap, they're busy saying when phase 4. So they're probably right close to being completed with this, which is documentation, building a local node, and the GitHub repo release. So again, very, very bullish on this. I do think that there is some serious positivity around this. A few negative parts might be that because so few people are actually in crypto, I think the statistic is about 5% of the global population is in crypto. We might not see this adaptation as quick as everybody would hope. We would also like to see them training the fans probably a little bit better on how to use the apps and also how to get involved with it, because a lot of people hear the word crypto and they are a little bit scared. But besides those downsides, I can't really see too much more. I only really see some upsides to this coin. I do think that we'll see a little bit less volatility when there are in more sports, and we're going to see less spikes. But other than that, I'm really excited, and I do think it is something that you should be looking at and doing your own research on and making a decision to see if it's something that you would like to get involved with. Whether you are a sports fan, whether your favorite team is on Socios already, or you're just a regular crypto investor looking to make a little bit of extra money, this could be the way to do it. That is everything that I wanted to discuss around Chiliz. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.